and welcome to another episode of Motors for the Masses, the hybrid build. And today we've got the exhaust that we're finishing off with some nice shiny new stuff, and we are doing the side panels and the plates for the numbers. So we shall be cracking on with that in a minute. But first of all, I want to show you some goodies that I've received. First of all are these. What is that, I hear you ask? Well, this is a gasket kit, should we say, for the carburetors.
It's a CARB rebuild kit.
One of them.
Yeah.
4 of these, and I paid the princely sum of, how much did I pay?
I've no idea.
Some money.
Make it up.
20 something.
20 quid.
I forget. I'll put the description and the price in the link below. However, we've also bought an exhaust, and this is it. Ha ha! Not quite sure on the colour yet. We may spray it black, but for now we're going to cut off that end piece and we're going to modify that and weld that on today. So that's happening, and we've got some exhaust wrap. Obviously we're not putting it on yet, but we've got a titanium wrap, so that'll look quite nice on the exhaust when that's done. And the numbers that are going on the side, they're going to go on the ovals on the plates, and of course the name of the bike. And I've been out and bought myself a new helmet.
Hang on, you missed a bit. Got some gaskets too.
Oh yeah, and then, yes, also have an engine gasket kit. Now this I paid £45 for on eBlob, and they are a pattern part, but they are designed on the genuine Honda 404 bikey stuff. It's actually from a website called hondaclassics.co.uk, and they're dedicated for doing everything to do with Hondas, so it's a decent set. And when we rebuild the engine, we shall be putting those on. So yes, my helmet. As you know, my old helmet is a Viper open face with the, let's be honest, paintball mask. Even though it says Viper on it, it is designed for a motorbike helmet, but it's actually pretty much useless as far as protection is concerned. It does look quite cool, I think. I like it, but it's time for a change. So I have purchased, with my hard-earned cash, for the princely sum of £249, a Roof Desmo version 3. Now, what's so special about that? Well, I think it looks more like a fighter pilot's helmet, which is pretty cool in itself, but also it is a, now we've had a bit of a debate about this, modular helmet, or flip up. Malcolm doesn't like the idea of it being called a modular helmet because it doesn't have modules, but tough, that's what it's called. And this sits like so, and then like that.
Or you can have the front up and the visor down.
Or yeah, you can have that up, or you can have that down, and then have that up, and then have that down. All sorts. And it clips in the back there, like so.
Show your number up.
Yes, I've got my number on there, number 22. So there we go. What do you think of that? Now, some people, hang on, some people may not like it. I love it. It's an absolutely brilliant helmet. It's very, very comfortable. Now, also, it's what I find really interesting is that the Viper helmet fits me perfectly, but that is a 61. This fits me perfectly, but it's a medium 58. Now, that's what I thought I was originally, a 58. So it just goes to show there's very big differences in sizes compared to the make of the helmet. I love this. I keep wearing it around the house, just for a laugh.
Well, it wears the padding in, doesn't it?
Make myself a cup of tea in it. In fact, I might do today's video in it. What do you reckon?
No.
No.
You end up bashing.
So anyway, let's get cracking on today.
Okay, so to the exhaust, we are literally just going to cut this piece off because we don't need it. So I'm just going to use this weld, cut it off around there, so we'll just have this nice piece. And then on the bike, we're going to cut off right at the back of the collector, and then weld this in there on the angle we want. So all is good. Let's do some chopping and stuff.
Apologies for the noises, it's spring and people are inconsiderately cutting their grass.
Yeah, I don't know what the obsession is.
So, the exhaust that cost me £24 off eBay
It's been cut in half.
has been cut in half and is now worth a tenner. However, that will fit nicely inside. Obviously we're going to cut it off here and weld it up and make a bracket to fit, but that is going to look awesome! I love that. I actually like the colour as well. You think it's going to be gunmetal and orange, I think that'll work.
And the exhaust is all going to be that kind of titanium.
And it's going to be titanium. I think that'll work.
Yeah.
Loving that! Now obviously we've cut this part and we need to cut the other side. Now ideally we're supposed to take the exhaust off, but we've got to undo the exhaust and get it all off, and then we've got to put it back on again to measure it and weld it, so we're going to cheat.
We're lazy.
So the plan now is to mask up where we want to cut this for it to fit properly.
So to get our angle, we've got a flat collector. We're going to take 10mm off the top of this so we can angle it up a bit. So we've drawn our 10mm dot.
It needs to be right in the centre.
Let's start at the top.
I don't think it matters.
You'll see why. Start at the top and then make it sure it's straight and then pull it to each side.
But it doesn't matter which way, because it's still got to be... That's as good as damn it, you're about a mil out. If that. So basically we're just going to cut across the line, and that should hopefully be level. You're cutting that way.
Yeah, I want to follow that line.
Yeah.
So we're going to put another bit of tape the other side. So I can follow that line too.
Yeah.
You could use a bit of pen, but at least this way the lines are straight. I'll just make it right. Good?
There you go.
Ish.
I've just got to correct everything I do.
Just got to be right, isn't it?
Oh! We're talking about 1mm. And when it comes to the weld, you can fill that with weld 1mm.
I don't want to fill 1mm with weld.
1mm. You can guarantee, I guarantee that is not completely flat. In fact, I can see from here it's not completely flat. So you're being a bell end.
This isn't working anyway. Don't like it.
So just to point out that Malcolm's concern about 1mm is completely bloody irrelevant.
Well, the desire for perfection is not a bad thing.
No, as long as it's followed up by practical
Just
know-how
today-
and expertise.
Just today, that desire didn't come to fruition.
Yeah, 1mm is irrelevant. In fact, if you'd have done it to my measurements, it's probably been a lot closer.
No, it's getting a lot different. Look at that.
Let's have a look! Angle!
Thereabouts.
So just building a bit of bar to make the strengthening bracket for the remaining exhaust. Bent most of it already, just bending it a little bit more. And then you see what we're going to do with the design.
So there's our bent piece. It's going to become our exhaust bracket. And it's going to go somewhere in there like that.
Obviously it'll go inside and weld flush with the frame.
It's just going to weld underneath the frame here where it joins to the cross piece, and it's going to sit in this little groove for this brake lever pivot thing, and then we'll put a captive nut inside there to attach that to.
So here we have the exhaust. Now the bracket, obviously we've got to weld in, but it's going to be welded at the bottom there, welded in here. That isn't going anywhere. and we're going to weld the captive nut on the back of this bar and bolt it in situ. So I think that looks pretty damn awesome. And we take a step back, and I'm loving that. Now of course this is going to be powder coated gunmetal, the same colour as the frame, and the exhaust I think looks okay as it is. Now also what we've done is mounted the lights and the front indicators. It's only mocked up for now, but I think it looks pretty damn awesome. I'm saying that a lot, but I really genuinely do. Now you've got to imagine the clocks are going to be on here as well, just the 2 round clocks, so it'll fill this gap in here. And when it's on, it's going to look mental! I love it. Really, really love it. It's really coming to shape now. So this was the old side panel, which we're certainly not using. So we've gone ahead and cut out a piece of cardboard that fits roughly in the hole that's going behind me. So all I need to do is mark round there with a pen. Now it doesn't have to be exactly right at the moment because we're just getting a rough shape. And then once that's in place, we can bend it to meet the frame. Like so. And that will go in there like that. And then we're going to have it so it follows the contour of the frame here and the slight kink down here. And then it'll be bolted through here, here and here. And then the number plate oval will be raised on top of it. So, that's next. So we've cut out our templates and these are going to go on the side. They look like shields actually, don't they? They do. On guard, sir. Oh, have it! Anyway, sorry about that.
A little bit of
so yes, we have to put these on here, cut to shape, bend to shape, and obviously one for the other side.
These are currently oversized, so
They
we
are.
can trim them down to fit just inside the frame there.
Yes.
So it's better to cut big and trim than it is to cut small and it's fucked.
You may be wondering why we had a tarpaulin over the bike. That's because we did a lot of grinding, so we don't want all this splats to damage any of the
seat mostly.
Lovely chrome work.
So with it cut bigger than it needs to be, because it's easier to trim smaller, we can place it on here. We can sort of roughly bend it where it needs to go, tuck it in there, and we can see that it's going to conform to the shape we want quite nicely. So I think the plan is now maybe to get marked around the other side there with the Sharpie and draw some lines on it. What do you reckon?
Indeed. I'll get Fergal.
Get Fergal down, yeah.
Fergal Sharpie.
Yeah.
Right, now we need to be on the inside here.
So if you use the edge of the pen against the edge of the frame,
that won't work because that will be too far in. It needs to be at an angle like that. We're going to go a quarter way into the frame.
Yeah, we are, aren't we? Yeah, do that then.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be perfect because we're going to cut outside that line anyway.
Okay.
Alright, so now we can see a line.
And then we'll trim it to that.
Well, I'm going to trim it a bit bigger than that.
Yeah.
And then we can trim it down a bit at a time.
Okay.
And that way we don't waste any matter.
Right.
I like it.
Neither do I. Too much metal.
It looks like a bloody stealth bomber. No,
No.
this ain't working.
No, don't like that at all. What about if we trim it down so it's inside?
Yeah,
Like that.
and lose this bottom piece completely.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
Sort of that shape. Why don't we just leave these in?
Are you going to be happy with those in there?
Well, I know originally we said, nah, it looks a bit... Well, before...
We've always said that we don't like
They
them.
stuck out like
Yeah,
that.
they were way out there like that, weren't they?
Just put it back in
So
again.
sticking bulky like that's crap, but in there, flushed in, which moves that hand.
That works.
Yeah?
It
Drop
works.
it down a bit.
Well,
No,
what about the ovals? Because obviously we can't put ovals on them. We can't put number ovals on them.
no, but if these are... Well, what colour do you want them? Do you want them frame or body colour?
Well, because these were going to be gunmetal, weren't they? And they were the oval was going to be orange.
Will your numbers fit on this?
Well, hang on. What about the numbers are black, right?
Yeah.
So,
They're a bit big, but they'll go.
well, no, it doesn't matter because like I did with the helmet, I'll cut each piece out separately, move them in closer so the gap isn't so big. Cut down there, and move that in, so that will sit on there. What about orange? Obviously, gunmetal frame.
Yep.
Orange tank.
Yep.
Orange mudguard.
Orange.
Orange. With a gunmetal trim.
No. With the exception, I would say, where these lugs are and this band at the back and these hooks and things, black that. Black it so it disappears in there.
I was thinking gunmetal to match the frame.
No, I don't want it visible at all. Just black the frame, orange the front. So the whole thing will be orange, but then with a black bit added to it. That'll be flush.
Sorry.
And then
the black
your
numbers.
numbers a little bit smaller.
But what about the oval? I want an oval.
I don't think it needs an oval. Because this is a hybrid. It's not a scrambler.
It is. I know, but I had my heart set on an oval. I like ovals.
If we have an oval, we put an oval on here,
I can always get some more
you're going to have
printed
to make some smaller
with
numbers.
smaller numbers.
Now, would you go gunmetal the whole panel and then put an orange oval on it as originally planned, or would you go orange with the black border and put a white oval on it and
No,
put a black
white.
number?
Oh, why?
Let's give it this kind of racing pedigree thing that racers have with white oval, don't they, with the numbers?
Oh, I don't know. How about you? What do you think? So
I'd forgotten that was doing.
the options are gunmetal to match the frame with an orange oval, smaller black numbers, or orange, white oval, black numbers, or orange, black border around the outside here to flush in, no oval,
Black numbers.
black numbers. Let us know in the comments below, please, your thoughts on that, because I'm actually not sure at all. I don't know what would work. But I think for definite, we'll use these.
Yes.
Forget this metal idea.
Yes, I mean this way it's actually a lot easier because we've only got to make hooks. And thinking about hooks and things, and also don't really want to be putting bits of metal bar and stuff across the back. We have hooks at the top
Yeah.
to hook the top, same as it was originally.
Yes.
And this bit, rather than having a piece of bar across here, we're having electronics box inside.
Yes.
So we can put a piece across here, a piece sticking out on this side, mount our battery box and electronics and stuff inside there, and then just have a tag coming off.
Bracket off the battery box onto that.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. And we can have the battery box bolted in and out
Yeah,
for
definitely.
future purposes.
Definitely.
That makes
Okay,
it
so
easy
that bit's okay. So we just need to know on the colour scheme what your idea is on that, please, if you can let us know.
Yeah, I mean, I quite like the idea of having all orange, just to black the lug bits off, just to hide
And
it.
for the purists among you, we're keeping a bit of the original bike.
Yeah, that's a Honda part.
There you go. So, there, see? It's not all chopped and changed and customed. So right, okay.
Awesome.
Fergal's going to run out of ink in a minute.
Well. Just cut out the oval.
Cut out the side panel.
What? plus that shape is for the other side.
Oh, whatever!
See?
In an unknowing kind of way.
Yeah, well, pretty much the way that I'd use the panel from this side upside down to get the shape.
But this is on a white background, so it's going to be confusing.
Well, it gives us an idea of what it's going to look like on white.
Why should it be on a white background, I hear you ask? Well, the considerations, it's not really a consideration, sort of made a decision. We still would like your comments on it because not 100% sure.
Yeah, I mean, things
However,
are going for change all the time, aren't they?
Absolutely.
So,
like that.
let's go over to the bike. Like that. Zoom you in a little bit, like that. Right.
So imagine this being gunmetal, the same colour as the frame. This background, orange with the black numbers, slightly raised because we're gonna make a plastic oval. Because I really do want an oval, and I'm a child, and I want what I want. Like that, raised. What do you think? Or just an orange sticker.
Ooh. No, because then we've got to try and match the orange. That's going to be a pain in the butt.
That will, yeah.
It'd be easier to overpaint whatever it is orange and stick the numbers on it. That way it's the same colour as the rest of the orange bits.
Does the white work? I mean, again, like I say, this is where we want your comments. Does the white work? Try and imagine this being gunmetal. Squint a bit, like that. See what works.
The only problem I have with it being white is that all of the other text we've got is sort of understated. We've got the bit for down here, it's going to be black on grey.
The black on the orange here.
Black on the orange is not going to be overly visible. It's subtle. The only white piece we've got is the emblem on the tank.
No, it's got to be orange, surely. Please, let us know. I really do think orange oval, gunmetal, black numbers.
Yeah, I agree. Which is basically the plan that we had in the original.
Originally, but instead we're just using that and not a bit of metal.
Yeah.
That works.
But comment anyway, because you never know. We might change our mind based on your comments.
I know, we do that a lot.
So, yeah, like the wind, we change our minds. So yeah, like I say, the only other white thing we've got is the emblem on the tank. So Mark's being a child and decided he wanted to share with you his excellence.
I'm really pleased.
It was actually pretty impressive.
I drew this freehand, alright? I got a rough idea of what the shape was, drew it freehand. These are 100mm. I thought, okay, maybe I've got to get smaller ones, but these are 100mm. I'm so pleased. So I've already made one hook, as you can see here. Now I have to make 3 more. Like so. And then they can be trimmed down to fit. Obviously chops them off there. This has got to have some off already anyway, so we just chops them off there, chops them off there, and weld the hooks on with some rubber around the edges so it slots in there quite nicely. Job done.
Just for another 2.
2 more, yes.
More.
And there we have 4 hooks ready to be shaped properly and welded on. Job done.
On there, somewhere.
Okay, I can't get my hands in there. Okay.
What are we thinking?
I think it looks fine. So
which is good either end wise. It looks like it's too low at the back.
Nice and flush there.
It looks like it's too much gap. Mind you, it's going to be foam.
No, not at all.
It's going to be up a few
It's at an angle, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is going to be higher than that.
What you're seeing is this metal bit on the inside looks different.
Could be, yeah.
No, that's fine. And the gap is good here, it curves nicely there, curves nicely there. Yeah, that's fine, absolutely fine.
It's just going to be a little bit higher.
Yeah.
That gap will be slightly smaller.
That's good.
I'll now whack another weld on the other end of this then, if we can get in there.
Now, it may look like that we are putting hooks back where we took them off, but actually we're not. They're in quite a different place. And the reason for that is before, this was protruding out here, quite far out from the bike, and we want it quite flush with the frame. So here, it's fine, it's perfect. We've moved it in slightly, and it's good.
I think we've moved it down in that cock as well.
We have moved it down a slight amount, as you so eloquently put it. So that's as far as we can go for this episode. We've got the exhaust on, the bracket for the exhaust we will get finished next time. We have to take the exhaust off so we can get to grinding the metal down and welding it on properly. So we'll do that next time.
And while the exhaust is off, we'll obviously weld round that because I've only tacked it on for the time being.
Yes, and that. We've also got the side panels on, the hooks are done. Again, the bottom piece we can't do yet because we're going to put a bracket onto the battery box for that to clip into, and the battery box we're going to do on the next video. Coming up next episode, we
have two 400cc MASH bikes. One is a Roadster and one is a Scrambler.
Indeed. So it's like we did before, the Roadster and the Scrambler from the same company, but 400cc.
Yeah, not our usual 125s.
No, exactly. And they're quite special as well. The paintwork on them is really nice, so come back for that one. And then after that, we are at Donington. We've got the historic racing, and we've got the biggest Simply Mustangs UK gathering so far. Apparently 280 Mustangs coming. So we've got an official DVD we're doing for them, and we've got our own video we're doing as well. And then after that, we've got an outtakes video coming up. And after that, we've got my engine parts.
Yes.
I think it's fallen asleep.
I'd forgotten.
We're doing a video on me painting my engine parts for the Mustang. So stay tuned for that one. And then after that, we are back on the bike. And what are we doing next time on the bike, Malcolm?
Well, next time, obviously, we've got the battery tray to do.
Yeah.
There'll probably be a segment in that with the CARB rebuild.
Yes, we've got the CARB kits.
Because we're going to do that.
We're going to rebuild the carburetors, and we're going to start on the wiring for the bike.
Yes.
Because we want to get this thing running. I want to hear that exhaust.
I just want to see it running.
Oh, well, yeah,
I don't care about the exhaust. Right now, I want to see this running properly.
Okay. All right. Oh, and today we've got the lights and the indicators done. I really love that light. I think it looks awesome.
I don't need some fettling, but as it stands, that's pretty much how it's going to be.
Yes, we've got the clocks to go on here. We're going to use the original clocks, but move them closer together and manufacture a new bezel in the middle to put all the lights in. But again, we can't do that until we've got all the wiring done, so we know what's going where.
Yeah.
I can't wait. There's lots more to come. We're really getting close to getting this powder coated and getting it stripped down. Once it's been powder coated, we will strip the engine down and rebuild that. And I can't wait. I'm so excited to get this on the road. I just can't wait. Until next time, thank you for being with us. Please ride and drive carefully.
But have fun.
Thank you. Bye bye.